What is up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Third Eye Cyphs. This is a very special episode. Sorry for the late upload, guys. It is Saturday, but you know, we're here and we're doing this. Today I have with me my lovely spouse here, the infamous PinkSkadink. Say hello.
What's up, everybody? Hi, everybody.
All right, so for everybody who is listening for the first time, first of all, thank you for listening to this for the first time ever. I'm about to change your life. This is a podcast for self-help, spiritual development, esoteric knowledge, music, random news, I guess whatever's trending, art stuff, whatever, but mainly self-help, spiritual development, and, trying to become our greatest freaking versions here, right? So yeah, I got this guy here with me because, I've been meaning to do this episode for a while now, and yeah, I feel like he owes some kind of, thing for his fans, and yeah, duh, he should be on my podcast anyways. So, I'm not going to do a card reading today, because usually, I do a card reading, but I feel like these questions are going to take up most of the hour, so, yeah, I don't think I'll do a card reading. So before we get into anything, would you like to say anything before any of the questions?
No, not really.
Okay. All right. Then let's begin. Okay, so first off, short history of us. How do we meet, love?
Well, I met Natalia at an art show. Well, it was like a show for this band called Tight Minds, pretty much, and they invited me, and they were like, "Hey, you're fucking cool, you should come and sell your art like I usually do for like when they have an event, or like when like an indie band somewhere has an event. I'll set up shop and I'll put up a fucking table. I don't know if I could cuss. Whatever.
Yeah,
I'll put up a fucking table, and then I'll put all my prints there that I printed in my college. And then, so I was being a little freak, eating whatever I can around there and all that.
Eating whatever you can.
Yeah, I was just walking around like Pac-Man. And
what, in the show?
In the show, yeah, and there was like pellets, and I was like,
what the heck? They had bomb taquitos.
Yep. And then, so I was like selling my merch, and Natalia comes up to my like booth, and she's like looking and stuff, and I'm like just watching her, and then I approached her and I was like, "Hey, which is your favorite piece?" And then she was like, "Oh,
That's what I did."
And then she was like squawking around like a bird, and I was like, and then I was like, yeah, I said that, and then she was like, "Oh, I think this one's my favorite." I was like, "Oh, really? Did you know I made that?" And that's how we met. Yep,
it was pretty crazy. I noticed him as soon as I walked into the place, like to the show. He was the first person I noticed because he was being all weird and shit, and he was just the weirdest person there, and I was like, what the heck, who is this guy? And then like I'm just looking at the art, and then he comes up to me and is like, "Which one do you like?" And I was like, "This one." And he's like, "Thanks." And I was like, "What? You made this?" I didn't even think that he made it. I was like, "Thanks." But the rest is history. We hung out like every single day after that. Like the following week after that, we just hung out all the time, and it was awesome. And I love him so much now.
What did you think I was, like the worker, or like what the
worker? No, I thought you were just some guy like hitting on me, like trying to talk about the art, like, "Oh, so which one's your favorite?" And then you were like, "Thanks." And I was like, "What?"
That's how I would try to hit on you.
Yeah. That's classic move.
Hey, which one's your favorite?
Okay. So my first question, these are like basic, I'm gonna do some basic questions. Then I did a Q&A, not too many people said anything, but there's some few questions. And then I got some really cool questions. Fuck the people, fuck you guys. No, I'm joking. And then I have some good questions, mainly like, podcast topic related. Not about the podcast, but like things we talk about on the podcast. Okay, so first question. PinkSkadink, who are you? What is it that you do? And why do you do it? How long have you been doing it?
How long have I been doing it? Who am I? Basically, I like to think of my work, my body of work, as like a diary of like my life. So if you look through my page or if you look through my art, you're not gonna see really like the same style over and over through periods of time and stuff, because I kind of try to fit whatever style, kind of like the way some people listen to music, you know, like when you listen to music, you have to be in the same mood for it. And that way, like my art, like the things I put out, it's kind of based on my mood. Like the way that it could be abstract one day, it could be some realistic shit tomorrow, you know, or like depending on my ambitions or whatever the fuck I feel. That's what I'm going to be putting out. And that's what I've been consistently doing for, I guess, all of my life. I guess all you could say, you know, you can never escape making art as an artist. Once you discover that you make art, you can never really escape it, because you realize you're making art every day and shit. So I've been consistently being PinkSkadink this whole time without knowing and knowing at the same time. So that's who I am.
That's super cool. I like that answer. How'd you get your name?
How did I get my name? So this is a cool story, kind of. No, this is a regular story. If you live in LA, this is a regular story. Okay, so it was a regular day. It was summer, kind of like this one. It was hot as fuck. And I was probably 18, 17, and I was fucking faded. What a classic. So I was walking down with my friend Kwame Scalabrini. His name is based on the NBA player Kwame Scalabrini. If you watch basketball, which you probably don't because you're listening to this podcast.
What?
Fucking nerd.
What?
Anyway, Kwame Scalabrini.
This is how he feels about my podcast.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, this is an intellectual type of pursuit. I feel like people who listen to sports kind of just
don't engage in sports, guys.
All right. Anyway, Kwame Scalabrini, his real. I don't want to, you know, pull out his real name because he does things. Okay. Anyway, Kwame Scalabrini, right? And I'm also with my friend Renee, and so we go to this guy's house, and we're blazing it, and then we're fucking faded, and then the topic of music comes on, and we're like, hey, my friend Kwame Scalabrini is like, hey, put on Pink Floyd, come on. And then just the typical spirit of being faded, I was like, there's this thing we use, this word called skadink, so I was like, shut the fuck up, because he gets pink. Kwame Scalabrini, when he gets like embarrassed, he gets pink. I was like, shut the fuck up, you're a fucking PinkSkadink. And then we just all bursted out laughing to that word, and that's how it became a thing. It was funny. I also like Pink Floyd a lot at the time, so that had to do with it.
All right. What do you love about art?
I think what I like about art is that it's something it's just a way for you to express yourself, and then like it's unique for everybody, so it kind of highlights the way, you know, a lot of people have different experiences in life, and I think art shows that a lot, because some people, you know, you kind of make assumptions that everybody has the same life, but art kind of tells you, like, you know, everybody has this different experience that they're willing to express or not willing to express. My favorite thing about it though is that you know, anybody who makes art, you know, they're going through something, and then like it's a part of their like healing process, and in a way it heals the wounds of like the artist, the one that's making it. At least to me. I mean, somebody could just be making art because they want to make fucking money, you know, like they'll paint that Richie Rich duck or whatever the fuck with dollar signs, and you know, they'll try to sell it in Venice. But I feel like the most real art is coming from like depressed people or like weirdo people that want to like dissect cats or some fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you're a fucking weirdo, you're gonna be making art, and that's what I like art. I mean, everybody's making art, they just don't know it. And that's what I like about it. It's just like it's fucking skeleton soup. I don't know.
Skeleton
You see it everywhere.
What are your who are your inspirations, or what are your inspirations to anything life, art?
What are my inspirations? Okay, I would say one of my probably like inspirations, I guess it comes a lot from people. I like to have this habit where I'll be walking downtown or like somewhere crowded, and I'll put on a tape recorder if I hear like an interesting conversation, because I like I like also people watching. So I guess a lot of it is people, and then a lot of it is also like nature stuff, because I feel like people give you content and nature refreshes your mind into its like natural state. So those are my two biggest inspirations. And then just like my experience and like the way I feel about things, you know, like, but I guess people wise, like artists, that's hard. There's a lot.
All of them.
I'd probably say like Keith Haring. You know, if you know Keith Haring, you know he does the subway chalk art in New York. And then there's also one of my favorites, Basquiat, Van Gogh, what's his name? Shit! There's Stanislaw Zukalski, Picasso, Stanislaw Zukalski. Who else, man? There's so many cool fucking people. Those are visual artists. There's so many.
Yeah. Next thing. Do you have any merch or things to sell for these people?
I do. I have t-shirts. I have t-shirts that I'm selling on my Teespring website. You could check it out. My Instagram page. You go on my Instagram page. You go to my bio and you buy some of my merch. But I'm still, you know, like working on like pushing out some new stuff.
That was the next question, actually. If you were working on anything right now, like any projects or announcements.
Well, right now I'm trying to buy all the things I need to start learning how to tattoo and tattooing people, because I feel like if I practice doing flash tattoos, I could, you know, make a steady living on it instead of fucking, because there's no galleries open. Like, I don't think there's anybody that's just willing to invest in art, even though it's a very good investment regardless of what time.
Super rich people, I feel like, because, you know, like Windsummer and shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, they still get people.
They have like private like viewings, but like who the heck is gonna do a private viewing? You know, if they're doing private viewings, you must have money. We're like, oh, I'm gonna do a private viewing at a gallery.
That shit's hella bread.
So I feel like they're doing that, but then like, so then those people are the only ones, like either they're just going to view art or like, but I feel like, but then again, I heard like what is it, no, not MoMA, what's the one, I think, what's the Grove, the Grove, like excuse me, is like like a garage for like all these like rich people who just want to keep their art there or something like that.
What the fuck?
Like it's like owned by people, but they're just like showing it there. It's weird. It's
What
like,
the fuck?
yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know.
The Grove.
Yeah, like there's like rooms and
destroyed.
rooms full of art that you can't even see because it's just people hold their art there, like famous people's art and stuff, just because they buy it, but like they don't have it in their head, they just hold it or something, or they like trade it. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty weird. I feel like that industry, like it's its own thing. It's weird. Okay, well that was it for like, you know, the basic questions. I can get to know you a little. Do you feel like, just I was thinking about it as I was reading them. Do you feel like how you were raised or like where you were raised like affects your art?
I think so, because when I was a kid, most of my, like, the paper I drew on would be fucking crowded, and there'd be loads of people in it, because when I was growing up, I would always see like a massive fucking crowd everywhere, just regardless of little kids, people, anything. So when I was growing up in the Philippines, like most of my art was pretty violent, and it was just like big war scenes of stick figure wars. It was pretty fucking epic. I had like this thing where I draw like stick figure wars, and it's like cone hat people, like how Vietnamese people wear like that fucking Asian rice hat.
Yeah.
That hat, and then there's some people with like fucking bowler hats. Like I just draw tanks, like little miniature tanks. It would be a big fucking battle scene with katanas, guns, everything. It was fucking epic. But yeah, I think so. I think your environment does a lot to your art. Your environment and your experiences definitely shape the way you're gonna be perceiving things. Because maybe like a traumatic event that will like definitely shape how you wanna like kind of make your mark in the world, or try to show people how you see things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Your childhood mainly has a lot to do with I talk about that a lot in here, that has to do with the person you are now, or the person you're gonna grow up to be. Okay, now we're gonna do some Q&A questions.
Q&A.
Okay. Okay. The post. Okay. This is from Rue Official. I don't know if this is like a spam question, but how's things with you?
How's things with me? That's pretty fucking broad, Rue. Things are pretty normal. Like I said, I'm just trying to get like my tattoo gun set up. I'm really excited for that because I feel like that's something I want to fucking do. And I feel like it's just like my ancestors calling me to like back to my roots of this is what you gotta do.
This is what you gotta do.
I either do it or like
live on.
This is what you gotta do.
Lit. I'm excited for you to start tattooing. I think they're gonna be lit.
I feel like they're gonna be bomb. I want to draw anime girls or just like simple shit. Fuck, I really gotta think of a new aesthetic.
Like imagine like a clean ass like of your piece, like an original, super clean, super colorful, like contrast like on somebody. That would be fucking
that'd be dope.
Okay, next question. This is from my roommate Amy. She said, "Can you draw me like one of your French girls, but animated like Natalia?"
Animated? Yeah, I could do that.
Do you know what she means by one of your French girls?
Yeah, like the fucking the Titanic movie. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen the Titanic.
Where he's like painting her and shit, like
one of your. Oh, okay, okay.
But I could draw.
But like anime.
Yeah, like an anime version.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. I want to see that. I'm excited. Yeji asked, "How'd we meet?" Oh well, we answered that actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we met at his art show. My mom says, "Will I get a chance to vibe with you guys in Cali?"
Yeah, of course.
Heck yeah.
That was the plan.
Rainier asks, when are you going to be ready to give some tattoos?
When am I going to be ready? Well, I already have my power supply, so I just need some ink. I just need a few more things, so. And I need to like practice on like, fake skin and stuff before I like start doing it on people. Once I get a hang of it, maybe I'll do like 2 weeks of just like non-stop learning it, and then I'll tattoo like a small tattoo on somebody that doesn't require too much line work or anything.
Okay, last question. Sal asks, when did drawing... Sal? Yeah, Sal. When did drawing and creating become so easy for you? P.S. What's good, ya cuck?
What's good, ya cuck? I would hear it from his voice. Sal I always imagine Sal as like a beaver. I don't know why. He just...
As a beaver?
Yeah, because of his hat. I don't know. He's like a hip-hop beaver. Kind of. I don't know. When did drawing become easy? Drawing is never easy. That's an illusion. So
it never became easy.
I don't think... It's
Well,
alright.
I mean, okay, it's not like you're like drawing some weak ass shit. Like you're like, oh, I'm gonna go sketch, and then you draw some like freaking masterpiece. Like, not everybody can do that.
It's like, okay, but it's not easy.
Yeah.
Okay, it got easy, I guess. It got
Changing
easy.
our story here.
It's not easy in some ways, but it is easy. I know what you mean, like in a physical way. But it just depends on your fucking mindset. I mean, I worked super hard to get to like the level where, and even then, I feel like I'm not even that level yet. But like, I could still work on it more. But like, I guess after I like started working really hard every day on it, just like hella investing my time. Like I would just stay indoors and do self-portraits every day just through drawing.
Would you do that to get better, or just because you wanted to?
I did that to get better, and just because I wanted to so bad to paint in a way that like was realistic and shit. Like I wanted to know why, and just like studying more about it. It just makes me more curious. So I was like, if that guy could do it, then I definitely could do that. You know, like, and it just got me even more into that. And I guess what helped is like I like studying historical stuff and history stuff. So every time I would paint, like to learn to paint, and I just learned like by watching YouTube videos without even any like tutorials or any shit. Because fucking tutorials is too much shit. Like you're learning visually, so I'm just seeing some guy speed paint, and I'm learning through that. I just learned from people doing speed paints. And that's how I learned to like draw and paint, like, you know, just fucking no pre-drawing, just straight paint stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. I like how you do that.
Once you learn like to understand that you're not making any mistakes, then you could be good at fucking drawing. Because then if you hesitate once, you're a fucking cuck. Like you're cucking yourself. Especially when it comes to drawing, it should just be like one stroke-ish, you know, like kind of the thing. Yeah, but it just, that's what makes it look so effortless and satisfying at the same time. But yeah.
All right. So that was it for the basic questions, for other people's questions.
Did you even hear me on that?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I'm watching it. Don't worry. Okay, so now these are some of my questions.
Can you hear me?
Look how loud it was. They're gonna be like, it's all in their ear. Okay, so here's some cool questions. Not so cool. They were all cool questions. They're all cool questions.
Cool questions.
How has COVID affected you personally and or your art?
Fuck COVID. I guess it affected me. It really affected me because I wanted to do so many things in 2020.
And
then I just got stuck home and fucking played video games and shit.
So did you feel like it made you want to do less stuff, like less motivated?
Yeah, I guess so. I felt less motivated, and at the same time, I felt like fuck. I feel bad for saying this, but I felt like I was focusing less on art and more on what the fuck was gonna happen to my life, because I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen.
I feel like everybody was like that.
Everybody was just thrown into this like uncertainty, and then like it was just like hard because you didn't know what the fuck was gonna, like, you know. Nobody knew what was gonna happen, so
Yeah, you shouldn't have to feel bad for saying that. What the heck?
no, but like I should have just been like straight up focusing on art, you know. Who gives a fuck?
Like, what's gonna happen in my life? Like,
yeah,
art's
like,
gonna happen to my life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I betrayed myself. I cucked myself a little there. Nah, whatever happens, fucking happens, man. I was living it as it happened. It was fucking crazy. It is still crazy. It's still happening. But I felt like during like the beginning of the year, that shit was a movie.
It really was.
Yeah.
Like, we were forced to stay inside. Not forced, but basically.
Yeah, basically, because if you go outside, like, it's illegal and shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
And then you're like...
It's like curfew.
Yeah, and then you're thinking to yourself, well, the fucking virus is like this big cloud of fucking poison.
That's just like hanging over us and shit. Like, you don't even want to go outside.
Yeah, you literally think that there's a big cloud of poison outside. And it's a lie. It's all a lie.
Okay. So, how do you overcome times of stagnation? Or, like, how do you get motivated?
That all has to do with, like, how you become. You have to watch what you suddenly become, because I think what does that is when you get too comfortable. So you have to start doing things that are uncomfortable. You know? When you start becoming comfortable with things, then I think that's when you start slacking. Like, that's when you start becoming more unmotivated and shit. So
take yourself out of the comfort zone.
Take yourself out of the comfort zone. Watch a few cringe videos. Be cringe in public. Just be cringe. Just have that anxiety attack that's you're sweating balls and it's like, oh, I look stupid. Be that person. Be cringe. Be more cringe in public so I could have more cringe videos to watch. No, but just be uncomfortable. Let it be uncomfortable. Discomfort is, you know, that adage that is also true about a pearl getting a piece of fucking sand in itself and then coats it because it's uncomfortable. It's like itchy, so it coats it in that mucus. Be that pearl. Be that pearl in the bottom of the ocean. That cringe pearl that I'm gonna find.
And you'd be like, this is it. This is it.
Every person that was ever successful was fucking cringe. Napoleon, he was super cringe. Look up his biography. He was fucking cringe. Salvador Dali, he is cringe. Who else is fucking cringe? The Pope, that guy's fucking cringe.
He's successful?
Yeah, he's successful, I guess. In a more materialistic, pseudo-spiritualistic way, he's successful. But they're all cringe. All famous people are cringe. Jessica Alba, fuck, she probably has videos of her farting. It's all true.
She recorded it.
Yeah.
She's like, here's me farting.
It's so uncomfortable. I'm
so uncomfortable. This is for you. Alright, next question. How important is spiritual development for you? Do you have any practices, rituals, or belief structures?
Spiritual development is, I guess it is pretty important to me. And, like, one of my practices is basically just, like, trying to stay conscious and, like, just daily, like, meditation, but, like, not meditation, but meditation.
So, like, doing what?
Just, like, fucking, like, trying not to try, I guess, and just, like, just being you, like, the whole, and being conscious of that. And sometimes it's hard because you just get lost and then you forget. You know, you start playing this character like you're really this character, like you're really fucking the guy with the fucking shit, but you're just, like, not the guy. And then, like, to constantly remind yourself that, like, you know, every person out there is just you with different experiences, going through different experiences. And that's, I guess that's how.
So, like, being the observer?
Yeah, being the observer. You know, don't be a dick.
Spiritual practice.
Don't be a dick. It's a good spiritual practice. Don't be a dick. Don't cuck yourself. That's.
It's so funny because people who are listening to this who's never heard that before, they're gonna be like, "What does this guy keep saying?"
Look up cuck. Don't cuck yourself. Don't live a moment in life where you feel like you shouldn't have to, or you're giving up your time, or, like, be where you want to be and shit, you know, like, don't just be somewhere because fucking your mom and God and your teacher in high school told you. Just fucking be yourself and don't be a cuck. Don't let yourself get cucked. If you feel like you're getting cucked, you're getting cucked. Like, if you feel like if you ordered someplace if you ordered food and they didn't get you your fucking food, you have the right to like be like, hey, where's my fucking food?
What the heck?
Or like if somebody's like asking you, if you're just fucking annoyed, you know, like you don't have to like hold it in and be like, oh fuck, and just fucking leave. You don't have to cuck yourself. If you don't want to be anywhere you don't want to be, just leave. You know, like just don't be a cuck.
These are your belief structures.
Yeah.
And your practices.
Yeah. These are my belief. And then like watch cringe videos. What else is a fucking spiritual practice for me? Talk to as many people as you know you can, because you'll learn a lot of things, even though it's random shit. And then it's like a video game, like you know, if you already play video games, and I'm just saying this to like the past me, I guess. So like do this, give your past self an advice, like always think like, because it'll go back, like you never know it, like this is a parallel universe for sure. So there's probably gonna be like maybe through your dreams or some shit they could be sending you this message, but like fucking give your past self an advice and it'll probably help you out in the future. Maybe your fucking parallel universe will like, you know, merge and shit, but you're doing good for the rest of your entire fucking multitude of universes for yourself if you're fucking giving your past self an advice. So meditate on it, you know, like imagine your past self sleeping, because I'm pretty sure you have plenty memories of you sleeping, and then, you know, give him some good advice, like what you would have told him a long time ago. Because then what that does is your future self, from the now you're on, your future self is giving yourself an advice in return. And then you help yourself out that way. And that's how you fucking climb through the fifth dimension and shit.
Okay. This is on the topic of flow state. Now, I've mentioned this before in this podcast. But I feel like maybe the first time I've heard it verbally was from you. But I've experienced it probably through yoga, when I first started getting into yoga and developing my own flows. And I don't know, also maybe playing ukulele, or like just doing anything that I'm not really thinking about, and I'm just like doing it and it feels bomb. So can you talk about what flow state is and how someone else can achieve it?
Oh man, you could achieve flow state by doing something over and over. That's how most people achieve it without realizing it.
Well, what is it?
It's just like, you know, this feeling. Everybody fucking knows this feeling. It's like you feel like you're on the, and you start losing it once maybe you start realizing.
Yeah, you're becoming aware.
Yeah, you start becoming aware of it. You just have to, like, if you want to keep going with it, you can't be aware of it, because it's just it's like a bell curve. You're just gonna go back down and shit. But like, how do you achieve it? When you do something enough that, like, you know, you're just doing something over and over, and then like, fuck, you can't do it, and then like that last minute, maybe like when you're skating or something, if you skate, you're skating and shit, and you can't do it, and you just like, it's like you're trying to do a trick for like the fucking 30th time, and then like on that 35th time, you just like, you know what, it doesn't even fucking matter what I do at this point. And then you do the move, and then you do it completely perfect because like you didn't even try.
It's like effortless.
Yeah, it's like effortless. Then that's like the flow state. And then you just enter that, because you weren't even thinking about it. You were just like, fuck it, you know. And that's how like you enter like flow states. And then you could find a way to like master that in your head. It's just like the way I kind of do it. I like, I don't even know, I just hype myself up, or just like try not to take anything seriously, because then I'll just start laughing in my head and laughing at random stuff. And then I find that like the more you're comfortable with your surroundings, the way I do it is like I laugh by telling myself jokes in my head. So the way I'm in my head, I'm laughing, so that means I'm comfortable, so I'm not really taking anything seriously, and then things just go through me effortlessly. That's why I like when I play a game or something, I love I love like just like not taking that shit seriously and just like talking shit, because like it'll get me into the flow state easier because I'm not even taking it seriously. So I'm just like two, like I'm just fucking bomb at this game because I'm not even fucking trying. I'm just laughing. It's just a fucking joke. So that's one of my techniques in entering flow state. Like I try to have fun instead of just being like, I gotta fucking do it. You know, you just become stiff immediately and then you lose because you're not going with the flow. So that's a meditative technique that I do.
That's cool. I like that. I feel like flow state's like the closest thing we have as to like achieving like enlightenment or like samadhi experience, because it's like you have like clearness, like clear awareness, but you're not thinking. It's like full mindfulness, like mindlessness. It's like meditation. Like you can sit there and like try to meditate and you're just sitting there and you're like thinking of all this stuff, but you're not meditating. You're just sitting there and thinking about all this stuff. But then when you actually do meditate and you're sitting there and you're not thinking of anything, but you have full awareness, like that's what that is. And that's like flow state's that, but like doing anything, like moving, creating, dancing, like anything possible.
Especially dancing. Once you're like
dancing, definitely.
Yeah, when you're just dancing like whatever the fuck, you just feel it. And then you might start dancing, you look fucking cringe, which is, again, you get back to the topic of that, you look cringe, but then like once you just let go of like, I look stupid, you already feel stupid. Like you just start dancing even better. That's why like people that get drunk, they dance even way better before they were drunk, because they didn't give a fuck anymore. They're just dancing the way they want to, you know, like awkward dancing.
I heard that about karaoke. What was it? Or I don't know, some drunk game. Oh, beer pong. That like the more drunk you get, like, the better you are.
Because you don't give a fuck.
You're just like throwing it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, next one. Do you believe in aliens? And if so, do you think that they're coming soon or already here?
I believe in aliens. They probably control like the entire world government.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If aliens were real, they would be like the British government, but low key as fuck. You know, if you know anything about British history, you know, fucking invaded every country in the planet and shit. So think about that. Those are the real aliens. They're probably fucking real, and they're hiding in all of our governments, and they eat kids and fucking rape people.
That shit's weird.
And they feed off of negative vibes.
Like, I don't know. Okay, I feel like... Okay, so, like, learning about aliens, like, I learned that there's different, like, species of alien. Like, there's different types of aliens. There's, like, the Anunnaki. There's the Greys. There's, I guess, the reptilians. But, like, so then there's, like, good aliens, and then there's, like, evil aliens. So I guess the reptilians are, like, evil. So are the Greys, I think. I think we have, like... We're in cahoots with the Greys. I don't know about the Anunnaki.
The Anunnaki, they're supposed to be like the creators of the fucking thing, right? I don't know.
Of what?
Shit. Of the planet.
Oh, are there? I don't know. I don't know too much about the Anunnaki.
Humans, actually. Yeah, we're like hybrids between them.
I heard we're like, we come from reptilians.
Yeah, like we're like the lower, like they gave us.
Yeah, when life. Whenever like I read something or hear something on like going back to our animalistic nature, they're like, oh, you're like reverting to your reptilian self, or you're showing your reptilian self.
Yeah, when people are like horny, I guess.
Oh yeah, like just like the root chakra shit, I guess.
I feel like monkeys do that too, don't they?
I don't know. It's weird. Like I feel like I'm positive towards aliens, but then like also what you mentioned with like, you know, the fucking rule, the government, like it's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it's a double-edged sword. I
mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I seen an alien now, honestly. I'm not that I feel like that's the general feeling of everybody right now. They wouldn't be fucking surprised.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like that's why, like, right now especially, and that's why I mentioned the question, was because, like, you know, the Pentagon I showed you, like, announced that, for those of you who don't know, the Pentagon like officially claimed that, you know, this thing they saw in the sky was like otherworldly or not made on Earth. Like that is a quote from them. You can look it up, guys. And this happened this year. And then a lot of people are seeing like a lot of just UFO sightings more recently. So I feel like it's either like it's gonna happen now, or like they're starting, or like I don't know, the government's doing something. Like I don't know. It's
like a distraction.
Yeah, it's like a distraction for like the whole Epstein thing, I've heard. I don't know. It's weird. Like, you never know. You never really know. So I have mixed feelings about aliens, even though I really do feel like they exist. Okay, what do you feel like the purpose of life is?
The purpose of life? I feel like the purpose... Man, that's just fucking crazy. What the purpose of life is? Because then you start getting into, like, well, then, why was I born?
Well, no. Okay, but I feel like everybody has, like, not, like... Okay, yeah, I guess so. Well, okay. Well, first, like, how do you feel, like... What do you feel like your purpose is? And then, like... Okay, no, that would be second. First, what do you feel like humans' purpose to be here is? And then, without even getting... If you're here, like, oh, like, well, how was I born? Where is God? Like, no, whatever. Get off of this podcast. Like, nobody needs that. What do you feel like the reason humans are here for? And then, what do you feel like the reason you're here for?
What are humans here for? That's so weird. There's no fucking reason. There's no reason. Yeah, it's just there. I feel like there's no reason. Yeah, it's just like trees, you know.
It's just happening.
Yeah,
it's just
happening.
There. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. But then, like...
Because what's the point of cats? What's the point of fucking dogs? What's the point of fucking... You know, like...
I don't feel like there's, like, an agenda. Like, I don't feel like there's, like, an end result, you know? Like, we're gonna do this, and
that's like people that think, like, you know, like white people, like white supremacy shit, like they have a fucking agenda, and that's why, like, they like, oh, you're a race traitor or whatever the fuck.
What?
I don't know. What were we talking about?
Your purpose.
Yeah, like, there is no purpose. Because, like, those people feel like they have a fucking purpose for, like, whatever the fuck.
There like, okay, yeah. Like, this is why we're here.
Yeah, and then it just creates, like, a fucking problem. Yeah. Like, anybody with a purpose is just gonna create a problem, is what I'm trying to say.
I feel like we need to stop trying to put a purpose.
Yeah, there is no purpose. It's like, it's a fucking toy for you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, toys have no purposes. They're not like games. When people turn things into games, people start losing. But when it's a toy, you're just having fun. So just see it as that. Because then people start picking sides and shit.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
You motherfucker, you don't like French fries? And then it starts to turn into a problem. But if everybody's like playing with it like a toy, there wouldn't be no problems. There wouldn't be no sides to...
I feel like naturally humans just do that because like
start competing,
but then also like trying to put
find a purpose.
Yeah, because we're so like intellectual. Okay, like we're not fucking extremely smart, but we have self-awareness and we have the ability to think like, what is our reason for existence type of thing. Not like a cat. Like I don't think a cat thinks that. Maybe they do, or like maybe not a caterpillar or some shit like that. So like I feel like humans just naturally like try to put purposes to things and like overthink it, and then all these people have different views, and then that's how it creates like tension between humans, I guess, or like different opposing beliefs. So yeah, what do you feel like your purpose is for life?
Our purpose is just to make art and meet everybody I have to meet in life, and like to serve some people.
To serve some people.
Yeah. Not all people. Well, like, I guess in my own way, I'm serving everybody.
In serving one person, you serve everybody.
No, like, in every way I meet somebody, or whoever the fuck I meet, whoever sees me, I'm serving them in that purpose. You know? Like, yeah. Like, God or whatever entity, anything, you know, the whole universe puts you wherever you're at for that, to meet whatever specific person that is, and then whatever you gotta do, you know, you are who you are, and then like they need that, and then you know, that's it. They'll get that, and then they'll leave, and whatever, you get the next person and shit. And then and then they bring some shit to you too, because it's just fucking, it's epic.
It's epic. It's like a video game.
Yeah, it's like a video game, but it's, once you realize like it's all like kind of connected, it's trippy. Like there's a point. There's a point to that.
I like that. That goes to my next question. Do you believe in God?
Yeah, I believe in God because I think God is just like everybody. Pretty much.
So you don't believe in like standard Christian God beliefs?
No, I don't think God is separate from you. Like he's a fucking old man
guy in the sky. And
yeah,
shit,
he's like
in
an
the
old
clouds.
man. He's not an old man.
Okay, honestly, guys, like I don't know, like okay, I don't really know too much about Christian
Okay,
beliefs.
but what if he is?
I know that's true, but like, okay, but like, how would that work? Like, okay, but he's a spirit. He's a spirit. No, like
Yeah,
he's
but
not
there's
a
like
physical
too many
guy.
souls, you know?
Yeah, and then like
How
what
is he
they're
gonna
like in
keep
the
that?
clouds, or like
Yeah.
are they in a
the
different
clouds.
dimension?
Yeah,
And if
see-
so, like Christians believe in multiple dimensions. Like,
Yeah, because then you can't. Yeah, like he puts you. No, he just blocks you when you're in.
but it's a physical guy.
yeah, he like blocks you on the regular world.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh, you're blocked
You're
from
blocked
him
from
until like
heaven. Yeah, and then he
you're-
unblocks you once you die. But then like he soaks
unless you sinned and stuff. He's not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
unblock you.
Yeah, unless
you just get sent
Yeah, you
out.
get blocked. No, you get unblocked, but then he like sends you to a different area.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's like,
Yeah.
you get unblocked. That's trippy.
You get to see the devil.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a party.
I know, right? It's a rave.
It's
like
a rave.
It's like a underground like goth rave. What's the craziest spiritual experience you've had?
Fuck. There's so many, but I guess the craziest was when I took acid for the second time, and then I went to the hospital and stuff.
What were you experiencing?
I was just like, I had this massive hallucination. Alright, I was already hallucinating really, really bad, but then it got really worse.
Okay.
So I had this delirium that I suddenly had all this fucking power in the world. Like, I had this realization that I was like I was God or some shit.
Yeah.
But then I
It's
was
pretty
like,
lit realization.
it was like I had all the powers in the world, like all of them, like all of them. Like there was nothing I could do. I was making a beeline for the center of the universe and shit. I was shot into space, like, and then I was like all the way up. Like I was seeing the earth under my feet and shit, and I was getting shot into like fucking dimensions into the sky and shit, and I was like, fuck, I have all this fucking power. And and then it was pretty bad because I was tripping balls in the real life and shit. And then like,
But that's what you were seeing.
yeah, but that's what I was seeing. But that's what I was seeing when I closed my eyes. But when I opened my eyes, I was just like hyped with all this power, and then like I had no control of my body, like, and like my emotions were heightened like really, really high because I had this like strong euphoria that I didn't need my money, that I was God, and in the end, like, you know, everything was gonna be fucking fine. And then like I tried sharing this like this euphoria and stuff, and it just came out as gibberish. Like it literally came out as like I was like, wait, what? And then that freaked me out. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Like you can't say it.
Yeah, like I couldn't
like
say it. It was like a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like fucking God's secret, and he was like, and then I lost the power when I tried to say it. Yeah, and like everybody was like coming after me for it because I had the power. Like all the dark forces of like the earth or whatever, like the government, like aliens were fucking after me. That was in my hallucination.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then like it was literally like, what the fuck? How come I can't say it? It was weird.
I feel like thinking about what you just said, like knowing that you are God, everything is gonna be okay, and like you have unlimited power, like that is the like ultimate truth. But then like, so while you're thinking all that, like you're like that's what you're thinking, but then like you're like not in complete control of your entire self, and you're just acting like super crazy. But then like, so I feel like the truth, like that is true, but then like it's also keep bringing that knowledge and keeping that knowledge like on earth, and like, you know, being like normal through it, or like not normal, but like being able to like function in like an earthly society, I guess, while also knowing that you are God, you have ultimate power, and like everything is gonna be okay. Like I feel like that's pretty cool.
But at that point, I felt like I could raise like
Mountains and
fucking
shit.
mountains
Yeah.
from the ground. And then like it was just crazy. I ended up like I was in my friend's car, and then we were driving around the city and shit. And then I was so crazy. Every time they took me somewhere, I'd burn the place out because I'd be yelling random shit. And then like I ended up, we were driving by like an IHOP, and then it was like a family night or some shit. And then like I lowered the window, I fucking pulled out my change, and I started throwing it at this family, and they started getting scared.
Do it at a family?
Yeah. They're like, oh my god. Like, hi, mommy. It was like a Spanish.
Hi, mommy.
It was a Spanish family.
That's all sexual.
They ducked and covered. Because I was like, take my money, bitch. I'm fucking rich.
What the
Yeah, that was fucking crazy.
It was a family.
Yeah, and then they tried to give me water at a McDonald's.
The family?
No. My friends in the car. And then they drove me there, and then like they parked. And then as soon as they parked, I opened the car door. I started running towards the gas station and shit.
Oh my god.
And I was like, hey. Like the guy in the door was like, open the fucking door. Like really fast, like a fucking boofer. I tried to open the door, but I kept like pulling it. No, I kept pushing it, but it was a pull door, and he was like, pull the door.
Oh, the guy in the other end.
It was like, pull the door.
He was telling you were acting all crazy, but he was still telling you how to get in.
I was like, and then I just pulled out my like wallet, and I was like, I got fucking money. You want my fucking money? I got fucking money. And I just started banging.
What did you want?
Water. I was like, here's some fucking water.
But I thought you had water from the McDonald's.
No, I got it afterwards.
Oh, okay,
it was like a McDonald's / gas station, and it was in the gas station. So I started fucking punching this door and shit. I started punching it like crazy.
Oh my god. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, and then the guy in the back was like, "Oh fuck!" He got scared, and then my friends like started running towards me and pulled me off, and then they took me back into the car.
Oh my gosh!
And then they got me water at McDonald's, and then the rest of that night I kept fucking up, so they took me to the hospital, and then
So like, there's something wrong with this guy.
Yeah, and then as soon as I got in the hospital, I snapped out of it, kind of. I was like, I was snapping out of it, and I was in this wheelchair, and I was like, oh shit, I fucked up, I'm in the mental hospital.
I fucked up.
Yeah, I must have taken too much acid, now I'm like insane.
Now I'm insane.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh shit, I gotta get the fuck out of here, where the fuck am I? I got scared, and my friend was like, you're gonna remember this forever. And I was like, what the fuck? Fuck you. And then they took me into the hospital, and they're like, what did you take? And I was like, oh shit, fuck. I was like closing my eyes, wishing like this would stop already and shit. Like it was horrible. I was just closing my eyes, wishing it was like just a bad, horrible dream. It really was pretty bad. And then they took me into the they like put me on a hospital bed and shit, and then I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, and they started trying to jump off, and then like they got like these orderlies to fucking hold me down. Like they had 2 of them hold me down, and then I started playing along, and I started fighting back even fucking harder.
Oh my god.
And then they couldn't keep me out, so I was like always like already almost halfway at the door, and then like they got 2 more guys, like, so they had 4 buff dudes like holding me down, like fucking like on my legs. I was like, give me the fuck Filipinos, get me the fuck out of here.
You said they were all Filipino?
Because they were like all Filipino nurses and shit, and I could tell from their accents, like I was tripping balls, but I could tell from their accents and shit. And then I closed my eyes, and they looked like just these 4 eyeballs. Like, if you ever seen that MGMT music video where he fucking, it's When You Die, and he's like in the hospital, that's exactly how it was. Watch that music video. But then like they're holding me down, like 4 of them were holding me down, and they fucking injected the IV into me.
IV?
Yeah, like they
water?
put an IV into me, and then they put a catheter into me while I was tripping balls.
A catheter?
So yeah, they put a catheter in me, and then they hit me with this shit, and then I knocked out, and it felt like I knocked out in a second, and then I woke up the next day. It was crazy.
You woke up in the hospital?
Yeah.
You slept in the hospital?
I knocked out fast.
Wow.
It must have been like, fuck, that shit was insane. It was like, boom. I was asleep.
That sounds crazy. I've never had I've experienced something like that, but like not me personally tripping out that bad.
Yeah, and then I woke up, and then I was still tripping balls. Everything was still yellow and purple.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. And how much acid did you take?
I don't know. That must have been a lot of acid because we ate a sugar cube and then the acid connect would put like a fuckload. Like they don't care. They just buy like a bottle of acid and then they drop.
Yeah. I get it. Wow. So that was your craziest spiritual experience. Have you ever seen a ghost?
Yeah, I've seen a ghost. Oh wow, Haku.
I know, Haku's crazy. I know.
Okay, I guess I've seen a ghost. When I was a kid, I would go to my grandpa's graveyard all the time. That was my favorite place. I loved graveyards a lot. And then one night we went to his graveyard. I don't know why we went in the night. It was still nighttime. We just hung out there, but I was with my cousins. And then like we were like in the secluded area of the graveyard, and then we saw this old man in white, like in all white.
Oh, everybody saw it?
Yeah.
True.
All of us saw him. and then we were like, I think it was my grandpa or some shit, and then he was telling us some random shit. I don't know, it was some cryptic shit. This whole fucking experience feels like a dream.
The guy said something?
Yeah, it was
the
like,
ghost?
I think it was my grandpa. Yeah, he was like saying some random shit, like you guys should go home now.
No.
Yeah, it was some trippy shit like that.
What?
He was like,
this was in the Philippines?
Yeah, this was in the Philippines, and my grandpa was gay. He looked exactly like my grandpa. I think it was my grandpa or some shit, but he was wearing all white.
Oh, you weren't with your grandpa?
No, he was dead already. That was graveyard.
Oh, I thought you said you were with your grandpa.
No, I was with my cousins.
Oh.
And then we were just playing in the graveyard and shit, and it was like near this tree.
You guys should go home now.
Yeah, because they were looking for us. Like our parents were looking for us already.
That's so trippy.
Yeah, and we were like, "What the fuck?" That was our grandpa. And then he just disappeared. It was like clear. It wasn't even like he wasn't there. It was like he was there, but he was wearing all white. And I still remember him because he had like red skin. His red skin was like contrasting his white fucking clothes. But I could just be tripping. It could just be some random fucking old man. That's
I'm telling you to go home.
You guys should go home. But who the fuck would say that in the middle of the graveyard and wear all white? You know what I'm saying? Like.
And then did he disappear? Or
he
like
just fucking disappeared.
Like vanished or like walked away and vanished?
He didn't walk away. Like
he was just standing there.
He just vanished and shit into the fucking
thin air
grass.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That sounds crazy.
That was fucking weird. Oh, and also I saw him with Rainier. And then like every time I see ghosts all the time, pretty much.
You still see him now?
Yeah.
I see him.
Like,
I used to see him more when I was younger.
It's only on some houses, like not everywhere. I don't see him in the fucking street or anything.
Yeah. Sometimes, one time, I saw one walking behind me in the street, but that was like, I think it was like 15 or 16. But I saw somebody walking behind me, but then I looked behind me and then nobody was behind me. Where do you see? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
See myself having a farm. It's bomb.
10 years?
Yeah. And then I'm blazing it there. And we're both growing weed.
Lit.
And there's chickens and stuff.
And a bomb garden.
And a bomb garden. It's already a farm and there's a bomb. Yeah, we're hanging corn and shit to dry.
Is that what you have to do?
Yeah, you have to hang corn to dry.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You hang corn to dry, or you just leave it to dry, but you can hang it. It's a lot faster. And then there's goats.
There's goats.
And then
we'll have like our own farmers market. That would be nice.
Yep. And then have a shotgun. All kinds of guns.
I have my rights.
I have my rights. And there's peacocks there, and then there's like fucking cool animals.
Yeah. 10 years. How old will you be in 10 years?
34.
34.
That sounds so old.
34 with a farm. I skipped a question, but it's alright. Okay. And lastly, well, it's alright because we're almost done anyways. Lastly, last question. If the whole world was listening to you right now, right this second, the whole entire world had all their ears on you right now, what would you say?
What up, nigga?
That's what you would say?
Yeah.
That was it? That'd be it?
Yeah, that'd be it. Historians would write about it, and they'd be like, and people would be writing graffiti all over the fucking world, listening to it and shit, because they listen to it like in fucking Egypt, and they're like, and they're like, what the fuck is that? What up, nigga? And then they write it on the wall.
They're gonna think you're an American. They're like, damn Americans.
They're gonna think the Americans created like some super weapon, huh? Yeah, but what if you're like in the Amazon?
Super weapon, like, because it's like a voice just.
Yeah, what if you're like a shaman in the Amazon and you hear that, or like the Dalai Lama, or like the Pope?
We found him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, what up, nigga?
What up, nigga?
That's what I would say if the whole world was listening.
That would definitely change.
That would change everything.
That would change everything. Yes.
Yeah, that would change everything.
All right. Well, that was it. That was all my questions. We made it to an hour. I thought we were gonna go like hell past an hour, like half hour past. I'm kind of glad we didn't. So yeah, do you have anything else you'd like to say to these people?
No.
No.
I don't.
No. Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for everybody. That's cool, you know.
Thank you. Thank you for being on this with me. Thank you for answering my questions and being pretty dope. Thank you for your existence and your amazing art.
Thank you for everybody to listen. And
yeah, thank you everybody who listened. Literally, thank you to everybody who listens every week, because I see you guys and you listen to me every week. Like, what the heck? And you look forward to my podcast, which is pretty lit. I feel accomplished. Like, something has been accomplished in my life. Again, for those of you who have just listened to this for the first time and stuck all the way to this point, thank you so much. You are supporting me just by doing that. Please go check out this guy's art and his stuff. He has shirts that are pretty cool. There's a sweater I really want. The sweaters are really nice. But he's still gonna put more stuff on it. His Instagram name is PinkSkadink. PinkSkadink.
Yeah.
Yeah, lit. I spelled it too fast and then I confused myself. And if you'd like to to follow me, my Instagram is Natalia of Earth, Natalia of Earth, this planet Earth. And yeah, this is a podcast that comes on every Friday. Sorry, I posted on Saturday. Sometimes I post it on Saturday. If it's not up Friday, it is up Saturday, unless I'm having super technical difficulties or I am away and I skip a week. But I will always mention it on my Instagram if so. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I love you so much. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me, or requests for episodes. I can talk more on stuff. Please check out previous episodes because they're pretty lit. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys next week. Peace. Say bye, baby.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, later, guys.